Hello and welcome. Today, I want to share a gentle story with you. A story about time, choices, and the small moments that can quietly change our lives. Sometimes, we feel like life is moving too fast, and we forget to notice what is really important. This story is for anyone who has ever wondered, am I really living my days fully? So, take a deep breath, find a comfortable place, and let's explore a story that is calm, meaningful, and quietly inspiring. Let's begin. The rain falls softly on the small balcony. It makes a quiet sound, like the heartbeat of the city. Emma stands there, holding a cup of tea, thinking about the day that passed. Her apartment is small, but it feels safe. Sometimes it feels too quiet, too empty. She wonders if she is really living or just waiting. Emma is 28. She works at a bookstore in the city. It is a calm job, nothing exciting, but it pays the bills. She likes the books. She likes the smell of paper and coffee. But she wonders if she is forgetting something important in life. Her days feel similar. Wake up, go to work, come home, scroll her phone, sleep. Sometimes she feels like she is floating, watching life pass through a glass window. One evening, after a long day, Emma notices an old notebook on her shelf. It belongs to her grandmother, filled with handwritten notes and drawings. She opens it carefully, pages soft under her fingers. A story, half finished, catches her eye. Her grandmother wrote about her dreams, her small victories, her fears. Emma reads and feels a strange connection, as if someone understands her quietly. She closes her eyes and asks herself, "What am I waiting for?" Her heart is soft, trembling, afraid of failing, afraid of starting. But it is asking. The next morning, Emma wakes up earlier than usual. The city is still dark outside the window. She takes a notebook and a pencil, just like her grandmother did years ago. At first, her hands shake. The pencil feels heavy. The first lines on the page are unsure, awkward. She draws a small boat floating on the water. It is simple, imperfect, but alive. Emma feels a tiny spark, a quiet thrill inside her chest. Days go by. Emma draws every morning, sometimes only for 5 minutes. She begins to notice small things, how the light changes, how the wind moves, how people smile without knowing she watches. The more she draws, the more she feels time. It does not pass unnoticed. Every moment counts because she touches it with her mind and hands. One day, a small idea comes. Emma wants to share her drawings. She hesitates. Fear speaks softly. What if nobody cares? What if you fail? But another voice answers. What if they do? What if someone feels less alone? Emma posts a small sketch online. She does not expect much. She only hopes her tiny boat can float for someone else. Messages arrive. People write softly. This made me smile. One says, I needed this today. Emma reads and feels warmth, quiet and gentle, like sunlight after rain. She understands something important. Time is not to be wasted. Even small moments, even small actions, can touch life, hers and others. Emma's days change slowly, quietly. She wakes up, draws, walks in the city, notices life, breathes deeply. She still fears failure. She still doubts herself sometimes. But she acts anyway. Months pass. The apartment feels warmer. The city feels softer. Emma feels more awake in her own life. One night, she sits by the balcony again. The rain taps gently. She looks at her sketches stacked on the table, at the notebook she loves, at the quiet city lights. She smiles softly, not because life is perfect, not because everything is solved, but because she met her time with care, because she started even when afraid. And she knows time will always move. Life will always flow, but she can meet it fully, like a small boat riding on quiet waves, strong enough to float, brave enough to begin again. Thank you for listening with me today. I hope you felt a little calm, a little connected, and maybe a little inspired. Sometimes, life moves too fast, and we forget to notice the small moments. But every quiet moment, every small choice, can make life feel fuller. In this story, we follow Emma, a young woman who feels her days are passing by too quickly. She struggles with fear, self-doubt, and the feeling that she is not fully living her life. Through small actions and quiet reflection, she begins to notice the value of time and the importance of meaningful choices. Here are a few lessons we can learn from Emma's journey. Small actions matter. Even simple activities, like drawing or paying attention to small moments, can bring meaning and fulfillment to our lives. Awareness of time. Time is always moving, and being aware of how we spend it helps us feel more present and alive. Courage to start. It is normal to feel fear or doubt, but taking even small steps forward is how we grow and change. Connection with others. Sharing our small efforts or creations, like Emma's drawings, can touch others and create meaningful connections. The story leaves us with a gentle reminder. Life may be simple and time may move quickly, but by paying attention, acting with care, and embracing small moments, we can live more fully and peacefully. If you enjoyed this story, I would love to share more with you. Stories that make you pause, think, and feel. Next time, we will explore another small but meaningful moment and see what it can teach us about life and ourselves. Until then, take a deep breath, notice your time, and remember, life is made of small moments. Even simple choices and quiet actions can change the way we feel and the way we live. Do not wait for the perfect time. Start now. Pay attention to your days, and let each moment guide you gently toward growth, peace, and meaning. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you again soon.